It's great to have you with us this morning, and we mentioned that the Canadian stock market begins the day fresh off a record. One of the helping hands recently has been some well-received quarterly results. We saw that yesterday from AtkinsRéalis, the former SNC-Lavalin, which seems to be firing on all cylinders. Notably strong is what's happening in the company's nuclear unit, and they had some encouraging things to say about the outlook there. So let's bring in Ian Edwards, who's the president and CEO of the company, to talk a little bit more about what is going right. Ian, it's nice to have you back with us. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Obviously, no secret, we've covered your company for many years, and you've gone through a big transition to focus on what you think makes the most sense. That meant, as an example, a shift away from traditional areas, for example, like oil and gas, and increasingly this focus on nuclear. Can you just update our audience on how the business has evolved?
For sure. I mean, we've been through a pretty significant transformation over the last 6 years. We've simplified the business down to two real components. One is the nuclear part of our business, which we own and deploy the Canadian nuclear technology. And the other part of the business is a global professional services in engineering infrastructure around the globe. And we deliberately did this because we believe the underlying trends of the demand and the markets globally really need the services that we sell. Energy transition and replacement of aging infrastructure and the provision of new infrastructure for developing markets. So we're pleased with where we've positioned the company. It's taken a while to get through this transition. So in some respects, we're kind of only just getting started, but things are going well so far.
And with respect, I mean, obviously you mentioned there's two key parts to the business: the engineering services and what's happening with nuclear, and the fact that you're global in scale. We've been covering the headlines daily on what's happening with, trade uncertainty. But for a business like yours, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've even characterized it as recession-proof in the past. What does global trade uncertainty mean for a business like yours compared to maybe some of the others that seem like they're caught in the headlines here?
Yeah, I think somebody wrote that recession-proof article, but I wouldn't be as bold to say that we're, completely removed from everything that's happening in the world, because it's a fairly unpredictable place. But we are a professional services business at the end of the day, which means deploying people and deploying our nuclear technology. And as such, we don't ship goods across borders. We have people that are running local businesses in the countries where we operate. And our analysis of where things are today is that we have a limited exposure to all this volatility around the world. So never say never. We always keep an eye on it. We're always looking for the risks in the business. But right now, we're absolutely focused on opportunity.
We're going to be talking with the finance minister for Ontario as an example, because they just had a budget. But even the premier in the province has talked about this need when it comes to at least what, in this case, Ontario is spending on infrastructure and trying to do it faster to meet the demands right now. Is that a snapshot of what you are dealing with in a lot of regions around the world?
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, there are two big drivers on the infrastructure side. One is a lot of the developed world infrastructure was built in the last century, and it's coming to end of life. So that means if we're going to maintain the standard of living for water, mobility, housing, and where we work and how we move, then it's got to be replaced or upgraded. And secondly, in developing world, urbanization is key. I mean, and urbanization brings the need for improved infrastructure. So those underlying trends are really fueling our professional services engineering business.
So when it comes to, I mean, I mentioned yesterday that your results were well received, and generally speaking, investors seem to like what they have been hearing from the company. What's the dialogue been like with investors, and what are they expressing to you? If business is going well, what have they expressed a desire to see from the company?
Well, clearly we're in an evolution. We went through this transformation to simplify. We then had a strategy that we called pivoting to growth, and our balance sheet needed strengthening at that time, about 3 years ago. So it was more about organic growth than investing into the company. But now we've got to a situation where our balance sheet is really strong, and we're at a stage now that we call delivering excellence and driving growth, and that means investing back into the company, investing through M&A, investing back to our shareholders through potential buybacks that we're doing, a buyback program. And we're in a good place because we can now continue to drive growth organically, but support that by inorganic growth through M&A. And we did our first acquisition in Q1, which we're really pleased. Quality company on the west coast of the US called David Evans, and welcomed those employees into the company. But this is just the start. I mean, we're now into that sort of cyclical M&A program as we move forward.
I'm glad you used that deal as an example. I think there's a general perception that you're looking at the U.S. market favorably. When you look potentially at continuing to grow, are you looking at it based on countries specifically? Are you looking at it, based on, the best business team, or is the U.S. a place we should continue to watch AtkinsRéalis targeting?
Well, for ourselves at AtkinsRéalis, we're relatively small in the US. We've got 6,000 people there compared to our peers that would have, numbers in the 20,000s. We have a very clear plan to get into the top 10 infrastructure service provider in the US. Acquisitions is part of that. We call it our land and expand strategy. We've been organically growing well. But within 3 years, we really want to be in the top 10. We see it as a great market. The IIJA bill that was put through by bipartisan support is still fueling the infrastructure market. So we see it as a great market.
Okay, so we'll watch for potential additional activity there. And just before I let you go, because you talked about your advantage in nuclear, and I think you were talking on your call just about the Canadian advantage as well. We're all sitting here right now. There's a lot of uncertainty about the road ahead for Canada's economy, what we should be leveraging, what we can take around the rest of the world. I'm pretty sure you can give us some context on what the nuclear advantage for a country like Canada is. Can you just walk us through what some possible opportunities could be?
So Canada in the nuclear space is highly differentiated and highly respected globally. And I don't know if everybody in Canada really understands this. We developed a technology here in Canada 7 decades ago, which was unique. It uses natural uranium, which gives energy security both for Canada and for other nations, because there's an abundance of natural uranium as opposed to processed uranium. It is a very efficient technology. And there are only 6 currently licensed technologies in the whole world. And we're one of 6 in Canada. So we have the privilege at AtkinsRéalis to own the rights to deploy this globally and here in Canada. But the supply chain in Canada is very, very established and significant. So now we believe, and we're getting great support from both provincial governments and the federal government, we believe we can truly differentiate this in the industry globally as Canada and as AtkinsRéalis. So it's a great market right now, because at COP28, there was 25 countries that committed to tripling nuclear power. We're seeing a lot of activity. I think on the program yesterday, an analyst said that our backlog had grown significantly to 5.2 billion from $1 billion only 18 months ago. So it's a good place for us, but it's also a good place for Canada and the supply chain.
Okay, Ian, thanks for your time today. We'll continue to monitor the AtkinsRéalis story. Ian Edwards, the company's president and CEO. Time for a quick